In 2003, Andrew Carlssin was arrested by the FBI for insider trading after turning an $800 investment into $350 million. He claimed to be a time traveler from 250 years in the future, but disappeared before his bail hearing. The FBI found no records of his existence before December 2002. So, the question is, was Andrew Carlssin really a time traveler? Can someone actually travel through time? Or is it just the stuff of science fiction? This video is all about time travel. We'll be exploring the concept of traveling through time and what it would take to make it a reality. Now, before you start thinking about hopping into a fancy time machine, come on, first understand the rules of time jumps. And trust us, they're not as simple as you might think. Time travel has been a topic of fascination for over a century, but whether it's all just a joke or could actually be possible is still up for debate. So, get ready to take a trip through time with me, and let's see where our journey takes us. Have you ever wished you could travel through time like they do in science fiction movies? H.G. Wells's 1895 novel, The Time Machine, popularized the idea of a machine that can transport us through time. And since then, many philosophers and physicists have been inspired to explore this concept further. But did you know that not all forms of time travel are the same? Time travel has been portrayed in different ways in popular films, including one-way travel to the future, Interstellar, instantaneous time jumping, Back to the Future, standing still while time moves around you, Harry Potter, and slow time travel, Primer. But which of these time travel concepts is actually possible in real life? Could any of them be possible in the future? And which ones are just pure fiction? Surprisingly, some of these ideas are more feasible than you might think. In fact, there are two broad types of time travel: traveling into the future and going back into the past. So get ready to explore the possibilities of time travel. Who knows, maybe one day we'll be able to step into a time machine ourselves. Time travel might sound like science fiction, but it's actually a real concept in physics. Thanks to Einstein's theory of relativity, we know that time can slow down or speed up depending upon your speed and the strength of gravity. It's called time dilation, and it's been proven through experiments using atomic clocks. In fact, traveling at high speeds could allow you to time travel into the future. For example, if you were to travel in a rocket that moved at the speed of light for 10 years, you would return to Earth to find that 9,000 years had passed. The only problem is that there isn't an aircraft that travels at this speed. Russian astronaut Gennady Peldaka holds the record for the most time traveled into the future, 0.02 seconds to be exact. But you don't have to go to space to experience time dilation. It also happens near massive objects like Jupiter and black holes. In fact, the closer you get to a black hole, the slower time passes for you. Just be careful not to get too close. So there you have it, folks. Time travel might not be as far-fetched as we thought. Ready for a sci-fi twist? Cryosleep is a real-life concept where humans are put into a state of suspended animation for extended periods. NASA is developing a stasis chamber for astronauts, and the idea is that when a body is kept cool, its aging process slows down. Cryosleep may still be a thing of the future, but it's a fascinating possibility for space travel and beyond. Now, can we realistically travel into the past? Not yet, but there's a fascinating way to catch a glimpse of history. Light takes time to travel, so if we could reach a spot before the light arrives, we could watch it approach from the past. It's like peering through a time portal. In 2009, Stephen Hawking threw a party at the University of Cambridge, inviting time travelers from the future. Unfortunately, nobody showed up, proving that time travel to the past is impossible. The party was an experiment in the name of science, and it sure caught everyone's attention. Had this been possible, would we see future time travelers all around us? Where are the travelers traveling to the past? Why don't we meet them? Have you ever wondered if time travel to the past is possible? Well, according to Einstein's theory of relativity, it's not completely off the table. Here's the deal. Imagine creating a gravitational force so powerful that it bends the fabric of space-time and opens a wormhole to the past. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But the catch is, we need a spinning black hole to generate that kind of energy. However, physicist Kip Thorne believes tiny wormholes exist all around us, but they're smaller than atoms. To expand them, we'd need an insane amount of negative energy to repel the fabric of space-time. It's like the opposite poles of magnets pushing each other away. But don't get too excited. This is all just theoretical for now. Well, it's a theory put forth by Nobel Prize-winning scientists, so it definitely holds some weight. Time travel is an exciting concept, but it comes with major obstacles, like creating paradoxes that could change the future. Imagine going back in time and preventing your parents from meeting, which would result in you never being born. So, while it's a cool idea, we need to carefully consider the potential consequences, such as the grandfather paradox. The grandfather paradox is a time travel dilemma where killing your own grandfather leads to a contradiction. The theory of the multiverse proposes that each time traveler creates a new universe. The predestination paradox suggests that everything is predetermined and can't be changed. These paradoxes have been explored in movies like 12 Monkeys and The Time Traveler's Wife. So, whether you believe in the theory of the multiverse or the predestination paradox, one thing is for sure: time travel is a tricky business. The idea of traveling to the past and changing the course of history, or venturing into the future to witness the marvels that await us, is truly intriguing. However, the more we delve into the possibilities of time travel, the more logical problems arise. Paradoxes and inconsistencies may render it impossible to travel to the past. On the other hand, traveling to the future is not only possible, but it's also becoming more probable with advances in science and technology. But what about the story of Andrew Carlson's alleged time-traveling adventure, which we told you in the beginning? The story made headlines and sparked debates about the feasibility of time travel. However, the truth is far from what we've been led to believe. The story was actually a piece of fake news published by a satirical newspaper called the Weekly World News. Despite its humorous nature, many media outlets reported it as factual, leading to confusion and false beliefs. Do you have a particular unexplained mystery that fascinates you? Or perhaps there's a topic that you've always been curious about but haven't found a satisfying scientific explanation for yet? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos so you never miss any interesting story or topic.